Going. A couple of things. We have wide halls openings over on each side. Please keep those open because every athlete and coach here is going to come up front. So we want to keep it going, and we're athletes and coaches want to fight through. Second thing, the selfie wall up there, just remind everybody, some people came in, may not have seen that. Take a few minutes, go up there, at the end of the show. And as I'm sure Doug will tell you, at the end of the evening, we want all the athletes and coaches who are here tonight to come up here to the stage. We get a big photo to put in the paper. And I want to mention that we're going to do commemorative sections on tonight's event for over a 3-week period, starting with the December 6th edition of ThisWeek. That's it. Our MC for tonight is longtime television sportscaster Doug Lascelles. Doug retired from full-time broadcasting a few years ago to move into business as founder and president of FanMug. I guess if you're founder, you probably are president. During his 24-year career at NBC4, ABC6, the Ohio News Network, Doug won 10 Emmy Awards and 13 Associated Press Best of Ohio Awards. He also created something at NBC4 that you might be a little familiar with, Football Friday Night. This is our 4th banquet overall, and Doug has been here for all of them. So let's get this night started. Please help me welcome tonight's MC and a very, very good friend of mine, Doug Lascelles.
Well, I would also like to congratulate the players, the coaches, and the teams for their successful seasons. All you student athletes out there who are scratching your head and saying, who is that guy? It's understandable because most of my sportscasting career was before your time. As a matter of fact, I covered some of your parents' high school and college careers, so they can tell you a little bit about sports back in the day, in the dark ages. I had the pleasure during my sportscasting career of covering every major sporting World Series, Super Bowls, NBA championships, Stanley Cup finals, college football, national championship games. And I say this with all sincerity. The most enjoyment and the most fulfillment I had in my entire sportscasting career was always covering high school sports. As you know, it's sports in its purest form. Young men and women playing for the love of the game, playing for each other, and benefiting from the lessons that you will carry long after your sports careers are over. Things like teamwork, sacrifice, and work ethic. And so it is those student athletes and their coaches that we honor this evening. We want to thank Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine, Big Sandy Superstore, and Everdry Waterproofing for their role in bringing us here tonight as we honor 159 players, naming captains for the Super 25 football team and Super 12 boys and girls soccer teams, as well as the Athletes of the Year in the 9 other fall sports. In addition, we'll honor our Coaches of the Year in each sport. A reminder to the coaches as well as the Athletes of the Year and captains, you'll get a moment at the microphone after you receive your award. Coaches, you'll also present the awards to the athletes in your sport. And at the conclusion of tonight's show, as Lee mentioned, we'd like all the winners and coaches to come to the stage for a group photo. Parents, you're also more than welcome to take pictures. And since we have a packed house tonight, as Lee alluded, please keep the aisles clear so the athletes can get up to the stage. Here's the game plan so we can keep things moving along. After I announce the Coach of the Year, the coach will get a minute to say a few words. Then I'll announce the finalists for the Athlete of the Year with some background on why they were selected. Athletes, upon hearing your name, please come to the stage and accept your award, then remain here until we announce the Athlete of the Year. After the Athlete of the Year says a few words, we'll take some quick pictures at the selfie stage to my right and your left. Everyone got it? Good. All right. Again, good luck to all our athletes. Presenting the awards to the coaches will be the ThisWeek sports writing staff who covers each team. But before we get started, please turn your attention to the screen for a message from from one of our sponsors.
Ritter just turned 30. EverDry Waterproofing has been a national leader for 30 years.
Does that mean we're getting old?
No, that means we're good. And in this business, older is better.
30 years, that's really saying something.
Since 1988, EverDry Waterproofing has served over 90,000 customers backed by its exclusive lifetime warranty.
I had my basement done 19 years ago and I still have my warranty.
Call EverDry Waterproofing for your free in-home inspection.
30 years of helping people. What can be better than that?
Alrighty, thank you to our sponsors again. And now we start the evening with girls water polo. The coach of the year is Dan Peterkoski of Upper Arlington. With just 2 varsity returners from last season, Peterkoski led the Golden Bears to a record of 23-12 and a state runner-up finish. In his 16 seasons in UA, Dan has a record of 411 wins against 62 losses and 6 ties with 11 state titles and 4 runner-up finishes. His UA teams have never finished worse than 5th in the state. Coach Peterkoski couldn't be here tonight, so presenting the awards to the girls' water polo athletes will be this week's sports writer, Dave Prepura. And the finalists are Caroline Colombo, Upper Arlington. A sophomore, Caroline led the Golden Bears in goals with 120, was second in steals with 66, and third in assists with 33. She scored on 80% of her 150 shots and scored 28% of her team's goals. Adrian Watchman, Upper Arlington. Adrian is a junior goalie who made 292 saves and also recorded 40 assists and 9 steals. As the Golden Bears were state runners-up for the 2nd consecutive season, she was one of the team's 2 returning starters. And Dave, if you would, give us the girls' water polo athlete of the year.
Caroline Colombo.
All right, now we move on to boys water polo, and the coach of the year is Geoff Gear of St. Charles. Gear, who is in his 12th season, led the top-ranked Cardinals to a 38-3 record and the state championship. It was the program's 5th state title and its first since 2014. The Cardinals were state runners-up the past 2 seasons. Coach couldn't be here this evening, so this week's sports writer Scott Hennon will present the boys' water polo awards. And the finalists are Alec Caswell of Upper Arlington. Alec is a senior who scored a team-high 108 goals and also recorded 71 steals and 24 assists as the Golden Bears went 25-9 and finished 3rd at the state tournament. John Sugar of St. Charles. A senior center wing, John finished with 101 goals, 63 assists, and 67 steals and being named the state's player of the year. Sugar scored 5 goals in a 17-6 win over Cincinnati St. Sycamore in the state final. And Scott, if you would, please reveal the boys' water polo athlete of the year.
John Sugar.
Congratulations, John, and if you'd like, you can say a few words, John. If you'd like.
I'd like to thank my coaches and my teammates and my family.
Very nice. I just want to go that way. I always like the first couple of athletes who evidently did not hear me say that the athletes have a chance to speak. Did you see John look at me with that fear in his eyes? But that was well done, John. All right, now we're going to go on to the girls' tennis and boys and girls golf coaches and finalists. We asked you to come to the left of the stage so we can introduce you as we come up. And we're going to begin with girls tennis, where our coach of the year is Susan Storrer of Olentangy Orange. Coach Storrer helped lead the Pioneers to the program's first appearance in the Division I state tournament. Finishing 4th, Orange was 14-4 overall and 5-0 in the OCC Buckeye. Scott Hennon is again presenting the award. Congratulations, Coach. Would you like to say a few words, Coach? entirely up to you. Okay. And now we are going to have the finalists for the Girls Tennis Athlete of the Year. Cassie Alcala from Pickerington North. Cassie is a junior. She went 24-2, winning her second consecutive Division I district championship and advanced to states for the third straight time. Cassie was our Girls Tennis Athlete of the Year last season. The other four finalists are all sophomores. Maddie Atway of Olentangy Liberty. Maddie teamed with fellow finalist Danny Schoenle to win a second consecutive Division I state doubles title. She played first singles throughout the regular season. Lalasa Nagaretti of Dublin Jerome. Lalasa was both a sectional and district runner-up, along the way beating state qualifier and teammate Catherine Wang in straight sets in a sectional semifinal. She advanced to the state tournament for the first time. Danny Schoenle, Olentangy Liberty. In addition to being part of the second straight Division I doubles championship team, Danny was a standout at second singles for the Pioneers, who won their first league title since 2015. Sydney Ratliff from Columbus Academy. Sydney reached her second consecutive Division II state individual finals. She also helped the Vikings to a third place finish in the state team tournament, and she was an Athlete of the Year finalist last season. And Coach Storrer, if you would do the honor of introducing the Girls Tennis Athlete of the Year.
Sydney Ratliff.
Congratulations, Sydney. And Sydney, would you like to say a few words?
I'd like to thank my parents and my coaches and everyone at Columbus Academy for supporting me throughout this tennis season. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Sydney. Columbus Academy is a partner school of Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine. Okay, now we move on to boys golf, where our Coach of the Year is Craig Mosier of Wellington. Coach Mosier guided the Jaguars to their second state title, the last one coming in 2011. This season, the Jaguars had to beat defending state champion Worthington Christian at districts, and at state, the team shot a 610, which is a Division III state tournament record. Presenting the award is Jared Ulrich. Congratulations, Coach Mosier. And the finalists for Boys Golf Athlete of the Year are Trevor Benow, Bexley. Trevor, a senior. I'm sorry, Coach. I just cut you off, Coach. Did you want to say a few words?
I'd like to thank ThisWeek for hosting this event. I'd also like to thank the Wellington School Administration for giving me the opportunity to work with my student athletes. As a coach, I talk and talk, and as much as I talk, it's on the students to listen and do, and it was really wonderful this season, seeing them listen and implement some of the things I was saying and be able to have some success for themselves. So, thank you.
Thank you, Coach Mosier. And the finalists for Boys Golf Athlete of the Year are Trevor Benow, Bexley. Trevor, a senior, is a two-time state tournament medalist, including this season when he won the Division II title by 8 shots. He's a 3-time District Player of the Year. Trevor averaged 69 in MSL play and 70.5 for the season. Jackson Chandler of Dublin Jerome. This senior was individual co-medalist at states in Division I as Jerome won its second straight state title. Jackson also won 2 other tournaments during the season. He averaged 73 and was runner-up at the sectional with a 69. Caleb DeVerne of Central Crossing. Caleb is a senior who was an Athlete of the Year finalist last season. He earned his 3rd All-Ohio honor by tying for 4th in the Division I state tournament. He shot a low round 71 on the second day to finish with a 152. Caleb was 4th in the state as a junior and 5th as a freshman. Tyler Jones of Worthington Christian. Senior, Tyler won the Division III state title. He averaged 73.9 and was the medalist at the Garraway Invitational as well as the sectional and district tournaments. Mason Wagner of Dublin Jerome. Also a senior, Mason averaged 72.6 and won 4 tournaments along with 3 runner-up finishes. He was tied for 4th at the state tournament, helping Jerome win the state championship. And Coach Mosier, if you would, please give us the boys golf athlete of the year.
This year's This Week boys athlete of the year is Trevor Bino from Bexley High School.
For all the support of the last 4 years, and it's really cool to see the hard work pay off. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Trevor. Bexley High School is a partner school of Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine. Next is girls golf, and the coach of the year is Ritter of New Albany. Partner school of Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine. In just his second year, Coach Ritter led the Eagles to the greatest golf season in state history. Listen up, folks. The team qualified for the Division I state tournament for the first time. They won the state title with a record score of 592. They beat the runner-up Olentangy Orange by 26 strokes. That completed a season in which the Eagles went 187-0. New Albany also won the sectional by 25 shots and the district tournament by 17 strokes with a lineup of 1 senior, 1 junior, 1 sophomore, and 2 freshmen. So they will be back strong next year as well. Dave Papura will present the award for Girls Golf Coach of the Year, Rich Ritter of New Albany.
Thank you this week for these awards and recognizing all these great athletes here this evening and throughout the fall. I also want to just say thank you quickly to my family and wife who supported all the time that I spend away with the team, and the parents around our program as well as our school and administration. And most specifically, I want to say thank you to all the girls on this team for giving everything they had throughout the whole season.
Congratulations, Coach Ritter. The finalists for Girls Golf Athlete of the Year are Ashley Owl from Olentangy Orange, an Athlete of the Year finalist last season as well. This senior finished 3rd in the state tournament. A 4-year starter, Ashley averaged 71.3 and was OCC Buckeye Player of the Year. Emily Hummer, Upper Arlington. Emily, a junior, finished 5th in state with a 2-day total of 145 while competing in her 2nd Division I state tournament, having helped UA to a 4th place team finish at states 2 years ago. Morgan Pankow, New Albany. Morgan was the only senior on New Albany's undefeated state championship team. She averaged 74.2 per round, which included a 73 on the first day of the state tournaments. Layla Raines, Olentangy Berlin. This junior shot a 141 to finish 2nd at the Division I state tournament. She competed only the postseason in girls golf after playing for the Berlin boys team during the regular season, in which she was first team All-OCC Cardinal. And Madison Spees from New Albany. Madison, a sophomore and last year's Athlete of the Year, averaged 73.2 and was the team's top golfer all year. She shot 70 in the final round at states and finished in the 60s twice, including a 66 in the 2nd round of the OCC Central Tournament. Madison was the individual district champion with a 71. And Coach Ritter, if you would, please tell us who the Girls Golf Athlete of the Year is.
Congratulations to Layla Raines.
First off, I'd like to thank my parents, my coaches, and my teammates for supporting me throughout this season, as well as the entire Olentangy Berlin community for all their support.
Congratulations, Layla. Now we move on to field hockey, where the coach of the year is Ann Horton of Columbus Academy, a partner school of Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine. Coach Horton has a career record of 475 wins against just 39 losses and 27 ties in 28 seasons at Academy. She's led the Vikings to 11 state titles, including this season with a 3-0 win over Hudson in the state title game to cap a perfect 21-0 season, Frank Doreno will present the award.
I'd like to thank ThisWeek for this wonderful event tonight. I'd like to start out also by recognizing my husband, who lets me disappear for about 3 months. I don't cook it all. He takes care of the family while I'm off doing my thing. And of course to Columbus Academy, who has always supported me through all my adventures, so thank you.
Congratulations, Coach. And the finalists for Girls Field Hockey Athlete of the Year are Sarah Charlie from Thomas Worthington, a senior attacker who won this award last year. She was a first-team All-League and All-State selection. Sarah finished with 42 goals and 30 assists and totaled 109 goals and 80 assists in her career in her 4 seasons. The Cardinals went 77-5-1 and won 3 state titles. Reagan Cornelius of Columbus Academy. This sophomore midfielder helped guide Academy to the state title. She finished with 15 goals, 11 assists, 90 interceptions, and 70 steals. Reagan was named first-team All-League and All-State. Bella Party of Waterson. Bella is a senior who led the defense as the Eagles allowed only 12 goals all season. The Eagles lost 2 1-0 games to Columbus Academy, including the district final. Isabel Paris from Thomas Worthington. A senior goalkeeper, who was also an Athlete of the Year finalist last season. Isabel had 52 saves on 66 shots faced. She posted a 51 career shutouts while recording a 77-5-1 record as a starter. She was All-League 4 times and All-State 3 times. And Kirsten Tomasi from Columbus Academy. Junior midfielder, Kirsten had 5 goals, 20 assists, 90 interceptions, and 60 steals in the Vikings title-winning season. Kirsten was named first-team All-League and All-State and was an Athlete of the Year finalist last season as well. And Coach, if you would, please reveal the Girls Field Hockey Athlete of the Year.
Tonight's winner is Sarah Charlie.
And Sarah, would you like to say a few words? No? Okay. All righty, congratulations to all the finalists. And now we move on to girls volleyball. And the Coach of the Year is Jen Chapman of Olentangy Liberty. The only coach in the program's history with a career record of 286 and 101, Coach Chapman guided the Patriots to their first Division I state tournament where they lost in a semifinal. Liberty went 27-1, including a win over 3-time regional champion Kaufman in a regional semifinal. Congratulations, Coach Chapman.
Congratulations to all the athletes and fellow coaches here tonight. Thank you to ThisWeek for holding this event. Thank you to my husband Dave for all of his support, to Olentangy Liberty, parents, administration, and especially the players for an amazing season. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you to Karen Thompson from Everdry Waterproofing, who presented the Coach of the Year award. And the finalists for Girls Field Hockey Athlete of the Year. Volleyball. I'm sorry. For the Volleyball Player of the Year, Claire Ann Fector. I thought we did that one before. Claire Ann Fector of Olentangy Liberty. A junior, Claire Ann was the OCC Buckeye Player of the Year. She finished with more than 300 kills, 300 digs, and nearly 300 serves received, showing her balance as a player and leading the Patriots to their best season ever. Olivia Margulies, Olentangy. Olivia, a senior outside hitter, led Central Ohio in kills with 394 as the Braves went 19-6 and finished as Division I district runners-up. She also had a team-high 46 aces and 352 digs and was named honorable mention All-State. Chiamaka Nwokolo, Hartley. This senior helped Hartley go 22-7 and earned a Division II state runner-up finish. Chiamaka finished with more than 350 kills and nearly 100 blocks as a middle hitter. Michaela Podraza, Big Walnut. Senior center and outside hitter, Michaela was the OCC Capital Player of the Year and first team All-District in Division II as the Eagles, a state runner-up a year ago, finished as district runners-up. Riley Wagner from Dublin Kaufman. This senior middle hitter was the Athlete of the Year last season. She finished with 378 kills, 329 digs, and 365 serves received as the Shamrocks won their 12th consecutive Division I district title. And Coach Chapman, if you would, give us the Athlete of the Year in girls volleyball.
Congratulations to Riley Wagner.
Riley could not join us this evening because she's on the Kaufman girls basketball team and they have a game tonight. Congratulations to all the finalists. And now, everyone, if you would, please turn your attention to the screen for a message from one of our sponsors.
Why shop furniture or appliance store in the Chapman Furnishing Superstore? The super is at the center of who we are. Super selection, super savings, super service. Welcome to Big Sandy Superstore.
Our thanks to Big Sandy Superstore. Next, we go to girls cross country. And our Coach of the Year is Nate King of Hilliard-Davidson. Nate has led the Wildcats to a state berth in all 7 seasons he's coached at Davidson, including a 7th place finish this year. Davidson placed 3rd in the state in 2014 and 4th in 2015. Individual standouts under Nate include India Johnson, who won the state individual title in 2016 and finished 2nd in 2015. Presenting the award, Frank Dorena. Congratulations, Coach King.
Thank you, staff of This Week and Frank for covering our team, especially the sports that don't typically get a lot of recognition school-wide. It's nice having the newspaper cover us. Especially excited tonight to have 2 of our top 5 from Central Ohio, Lindsay Stahl and Sophie Lewis from Davidson, and congrats to everybody else here on a great achievement. Thank you.
Congratulations, Coach King. And our finalists for Girls Cross Country Athlete of the Year are Heidi Heuerman, Upper Arlington. Heidi, a senior, placed 14th in her 4th trip to the Division I state meet. She also won the OCC Central title before finishing 3rd at district and 4th at regional. Sophie Lewis, Hilliard-Davidson. Sophie, a senior, finished 3rd in the OCC Central, District, and Regional meets, advancing to the state meet for the 4th time. Sophie was an Athlete of the Year finalist last season. Daniela Santos, Hilliard-Darby. Also an Athlete of the Year finalist last season, this junior finished 18th at states after placing 28th last season. Daniela won the OCC Cardinal and District titles before finishing 2nd at the regional meet. Gracie Sprank, Olentangy Liberty. Gracie capped her senior season by winning OCC Buckeye, District, and Regional titles. At states, she finished an area best 6th. Gracie is a 3-time All-Ohio honoree and was This Week Girls Cross Country Athlete of the Year last season. And Lindsay Stahl, Hilliard-Davidson. Only a sophomore, Lindsay led the Wildcats at the state meet, finishing 9th out of 176 runners to earn all-state honors. Lindsay was also 2nd in the OCC Central, 1st at districts, and 5th at regionals. And Coach King, if you would, announce the girls cross-country Athlete of the Year.
Congratulations to Gracie Sprank.
Okay, and now it's time for boys cross country. Our Coach of the Year is Ryan Beck of Gahanna. Coach Beck got into the Lions to their first Division I state meet since 2004 and finished a program best 7th in the state. The Lions had just 2 of the same runners among their top 7 from a year ago when the team placed 13th at the regional. Jared Ulrey will present the Coach of the Year award.
I'd like to thank ThisWeek for hosting this, my wife Heidi for supporting me the way basically almost every day of the year, training with the distance team. Also my assistant coach Ryan Callahan, and finally all my athletes for their hard work, dedication, and the trust in the process.
Congratulations, Coach Beck. And the finalists for Boys Cross Country Athlete of the Year are Elliot Cook, Dublin Jerome. This junior finished 11th at the Division I state meet for the area's 3rd best finish. Elliott was also a district champion and a regional runner-up and a 3-time state competitor. Matt Duvall, Pickerington North. Matt is a junior who won the OCC Ohio district and regional championships before leading Central Ohio at the state meet with a 7th place finish as the Panthers finished 8th as a team. Matt has made states all 3 seasons he's been at Pick North. Connor Johansson, Hilliard Davidson. Connor, a senior, helped the Wildcats finish 2nd at states for the 2nd consecutive season as he finished 8th. Connor also helped Davidson earn team titles in the OCC Central, District, and Regional meets. Nate Johnson, Thomas Worthington. After placing 5th in the OCC Cardinal Division meet, this junior placed 5th at district with a career best time. Nate was 6th in the regional to reach states for the first time. And Andrew Schroff, Olentangy Orange. A senior, Andrew was 30th in the state meet after placing 5th at regional. Andrew also won the OCC Buckeye race as the Pioneers took the team championship. And Coach, please reveal the Boys Cross Country Athlete of the Year.
Congratulations to Matt Duvall.
I just wanted to say thank you for this award and to my coaches, teammates, and everyone that helped me get here. Thank you.
Congratulations to Matt and all the Boys Cross Country finalists. Okay, now here's where the format will change a little bit. For girls and boys soccer, we'll first name 18 to the Super 12 Honorable Mention. For the Honorable Mention, after you receive your award, please wait by the stage for a group photo. First, let's honor our girls soccer Coach of the Year, Scott Dempsey of Watterson. In Coach Dempsey's 2nd season, the Eagles improved from 8-8-3 last season to 18-2-2 this year and won their first district title since 2013. They then reached a state semifinal for the first time since 1998. Jared Ulrey will present the award.
I'd like to thank Jared and ThisWeek News for putting on our wonderful festivities tonight. I'd like to thank all my friends from Nationwide Children's Sports Med. I've had an opportunity to work with them for many, many years, and they do a tremendous job in put this on tonight. I'd like to thank Bishop Watterson and Deacon Campbell, our athletic director Doug Ketkin, for allowing me to have the opportunity to work with this wonderful team, this wonderful program, all the administration and staff at Bishop Watterson as well.
Congratulations, Coach Dempsey. Now, for the girls soccer Super 12 Honorable Mention, Laura Schober, Dublin Kaufman. A junior midfielder, Laura was first team All-OCC Central and second team All-District for a Shamrocks team that finished 11-4-3. Taylor Molly, Gehenna. Taylor is a junior defender who was first team All-OCC Ohio and second team All-District for a Lions team that went 10-3-5. Ryan Buck, Reynoldsburg. This junior forward finished with 23 goals and 2 assists to earn first team All-OCC Ohio and second team All-District honors for a 10-7-1 Raiders team. Brooklyn Harris, New Albany. The sophomore forward, Brooklyn recorded 23 goals and 13 assists as the Eagles went 11-4-4, won their second OCC Capital Championship in 3 seasons, and finished as a Division I district runner-up. Jana Lundy, Hilliard Bradley. This junior was second team All-District and first team All-OCC Cardinal after moving from midfielder to defender this season. Raj Robinson, Olentangy. Raj, a senior, anchored the Braves defense as they won their 3rd league championship in 4 years and first Division I district championship since 2015. Olentangy recorded 7 shutouts and allowed just 1 goal in 7 other games. Deja Edwards, Westerville South. The senior forward, Deja, was named first team All-District and All-OCC Buckeye as she led the Wildcats with 15 goals. Riley Mullady, Dublin Jerome. This junior midfielder was first team All-League and second team All-District as the Celtics went 15-4-1 and won at least a share of their league title for the 8th straight year. Cameron Dees, Pickerington North. Cameron, a senior midfielder, scored 7 goals, including the game winner in a district final, as North went 15-2-3 overall and 4-0-1 in the OCC Ohio to earn a share of the league title before finishing as a regional runner-up. Morgan Bodker, Big Walnut. This sophomore was first team All-OCC Capital and part of a defense that recorded 13 shutouts and won a Division II regional title for the 2nd consecutive season. Katie Sciano, Columbus Academy. Sophomore midfielder and forward. Katie had 17 goals and 5 assists and was first team All-District and second team All-State, while helping the Vikings finish 9-5-4. Addie Schock, Wellington. Addie is a senior defender midfielder who had 8 goals and 10 assists for Wellington. As the Jaguars went 10-3-5, she was named first team All-District. Alana Rakes, Worthington Christian. Senior midfielder. Alana recorded 10 goals and 13 assists and being named first team All-District, as well as the MSL Ohio Player of the Year for the Warriors, who went 13-1-5. Michaela Martin, Westerville North. This senior had 4 goals and controlled the midfield for the Warriors, who won 7 of their final 9 games to reach a district final. Michaela was second team All-District and first team All-OCC Buckeye. Emma Barthol, Dublin Kaufman. A junior midfielder, Emma was first team All-OCC Central and first team All-District for a Shamrocks team that went 11-4-3. Abby Rice, Upper Arlington. Abby, a freshman forward, scored a team-high 19 goals and tied for the team lead in assists with 7. As the Golden Bears went 11-5-3, she was second team All-State. Isabella Genochi, Waterson. The junior midfielder, Isabella was first team All-District for an Eagles team that won its first regional title in 20 years. Morgan Reed, Canal Winchester. Morgan, a senior and second team All-State honoree, anchored the defense that recorded 6 shutouts and allowed just 1 goal in 4 other games. And now for the Super 12 first team. To those on the first team, please stay at the front of the stage because one of you will be named Super 12 Girls Soccer Captain. We begin with Lydia Cornelius, New Albany. Lydia, a senior midfielder, recorded 15 goals and 22 assists to help lead the Eagles to an OCC Capital title and a Division I District runner-up finish. Lydia was the League Player of the Year, First Team All-District and Second Team All-State. She was also First Team Super 12 last season. Alicia Donnelly, Pickerington North. Despite missing the first 5 games with an injury, Donnelly scored a team-high 19 goals and added 4 assists to lead the Panthers to a Division I regional runner-up finish. The senior forward was named OCC Ohio Division Player of the Year, District Player of the Year, and First Team All-State for the second year in a row. Alicia was the Super 12 captain last season. Taylor Pierce, Grandview. A sophomore forward, Taylor was the Bobcats' leading scorer with 19 goals and 5 assists as Grandview went 15-3-2 and reached a regional semifinal. She was Second Team All-State, First Team All-District, and All-MSL Ohio. Grace Porbaugh, Olentangy Orange. This junior had 3 goals and 4 assists and was a dominating force in the midfield for the Pioneers, who finished 11-6-2 and advanced to a Division I District Final. Grace was all OCC Buckeye, First Team All-District, and Second Team All-States. Kayla Prim, Olentangy. Kayla, a junior midfielder, helped lead the Braves to the OCC Buckeye Championship and their first Division I District title since 2015. Kayla finished with 8 goals and was named OCC Buckeye Player of the Year, First Team All-District, and Second Team All-State. She was honorable mention Super 12 last season. Avery Schoen, Big Walnuts. Midfielder and First Team All-District and All-League selection, Avery finished with a team-high 13 goals and helping the Golden Eagles win their second consecutive Division II Regional Championship. Emma Schossler, Waterson. A senior midfielder, Emma was First Team All-District after scoring 21 goals and helping the Eagles to their first state semifinal berth since 1998. Emma Sears, Dublin Jerome. A senior forward, Emma was First Team All-OCC Buckeye and All-District. She was also First Team Super 12 last season. Grace Todd, Worthington Christian. This senior defender midfielder was honorable mention Super 12 last season. This season, Grace was First Team All-MSL Ohio and the Division III District Player of the Year. Sonia Vargas, Hilliard Davidson. A junior forward, Sonia led the Wildcats in scoring with 19 goals and 4 assists. She was named OCC Central Player of the Year, as well as First Team All-District and Second Team All-State. Sonia was honorable mention Super 12 last season. Naomi Walters, Hilliard Darby. A junior midfielder, Naomi totaled 20 goals and 8 assists and played a role in 50% of the Panthers' scoring as they were district runners-up. Naomi was First Team All-District and First Team All-League. And Alexi Whitaker, Gehenna. A sophomore midfielder, Alexi finished with 15 goals and 6 assists while earning First Team All-OCC Ohio and First Team All-District honors. And Coach Dempsey has the honor of revealing the Super 12 Girls Soccer Captain.
This year's Super 12 captain is Alicia Donnelly.
I'd like to thank my parents, my coaches, my friends and family, and everyone who's ever pushed me to be who I am today. Thank you.
And congratulations to Alicia as the Super 12 captain for the second year in a row. Congratulations to the entire Super 12 girls soccer team. And now, to announce the Super 12 boys soccer team, again, we'll start with our Coach of the Year, and it is Mark Dautiel of Olentangy Liberty. In his second season, Coach Dautiel led the Patriots to their 5th regional title and first since 2014. Liberty was the top seed for the district tournament and finished 18-3. The Patriots are 32-5-2 in Mark's 2 seasons at the helm. Congratulations to Coach, who was presented the award by Jared Ulrey.
Thank you, This Week News, for putting on this tremendous event, for your coverage all season long, and also congratulations to all the athletes here tonight. There's an incredible amount of talent in this room, and I'm honored to be recognized with you all, so thank you.
Congratulations, Coach. And now introducing the Super 12 Boys Soccer Honorable Mention. Jackson Janetsky, Hilliard Darby. This senior midfielder was first team All-OCC Cardinal and second team All-District. He had 3 goals and 5 assists. Colin Kirkley, Dublin Kaufman. A midfielder, Colin was first team All-OCC Central and third team All-District for a Rocks team that won league and district titles. Briggy Canali, Delaware. A junior midfielder, Briggy was Co-Player of the Year in the OCC Cardinal and second team All-District after scoring 21 goals and adding 3 assists. Owen Sullivan, St. Charles. This senior midfielder scored 13 goals with 3 assists and was second team All-District and first team All-League for the Cardinals, who won their 3rd CCL title in 4 years and finished 15-4-2. Jack Francisco, DeSales. A junior forward, Jack had 12 goals to help lead the Stallions to their 5th consecutive Division II regional championship and an 18-4 record. He was named first team All-District and second team All-States. Nate Russell, Reynoldsburg. Nate is a junior defender who was first team All-OCC Ohio and third team All-District as the Raiders reached a district semifinal and finished 9-4-6. Casey Thompson, Grove City, a junior goalkeeper. Casey finished with 121 saves and was first team All-OCC Ohio and second team All-District for the Greyhounds. John Chengwin, Thomas Worthington. This senior midfielder was first team All-OCC Cardinal and second team All-District after recording 14 goals and 8 assists for the Cardinals. Ian Davison, Worthington Christian. A senior center back, Ian was first team All-District and first team All-MSL as the Warriors were a district runner-up. Dominic Antronica, Olentangy, Berlin. This junior midfielder had 5 goals and 11 assists and was first team All-District and All-League for the first-year Bears, who reached a Division II district final. Ben Ziegler, Bexley. A junior goalkeeper, Ben recorded 9 shutouts while being named second team All-State and first team All-District and All-League for the Lions, who won their first Division II district championship since 2013. Tyler Schlonsky, Columbus Academy. A senior forward, Tyler led the team in scoring for the second straight year with 12 goals and 4 assists. He was first team All-State in Division II, as well as first team All-District and All-MSL Ohio. Zach McQuaid, Dublin Scioto. A junior defender, Zach had 3 goals and 5 assists and was named first team All-District and All-OCC Cardinal, in addition to being his team's MVP. Ethan Love, Hilliard Bradley. The senior midfielder, Ethan had 9 goals and 5 assists assists for the Jaguars, who finished 13-7. He was second team All-State and first team All-District and All-OCC Cardinal. Drew Fisher, New Albany. Drew is a senior forward who finished with 12 goals and 20 assists as the Eagles went 17-1. He was first team All-OCC Capital, first team All-District, and second team All-States. Fernando DePino, Upper Arlington. Fernando, a senior forward, scored 17 of UA's 34 total goals as the Bears went 8-5-4 overall. He was named first team All-District and second team All-States. Logan Evans, Worthington Kilbourne. This junior midfielder was first team All-OCC Cardinal and All-District. He scored 14 goals to lead the Wolves to the OCC Cardinal title and a Division I district semifinal. Drew Clements, Olentangy. Drew, a junior midfielder, scored 9 goals and 12 assists as he was named first team All-League in leading the Braves to the league title. Congratulations to all the boys soccer honorable mentions. And now for the boys soccer Super 12 first team. And again, we ask these 12 players to wait at the front of the stage after receiving your award, as one of you will be named the Super 12 captain. Noah Boffo, New Albany. Noah, a senior midfielder, had 19 goals and 13 assists to lead the Eagles to a 17-1 record. A Super 12 honorable mention last season. Noah was named Player of the Year in the OCC Capital Division and Division I Player of the Year for the state of Ohio. Jacob Borchilla, Westerville Central. A senior goalkeeper, Jacob set program records for most saves in a game, season, and career, along with most shutouts in a career and season. He was named Player of the Year of the OCC Buckeye, along with first team All-District and second team All-State honors. Jacob also was an honorable mention Super 12 pick last season. Christian Buendia, St. Charles. The senior midfielder scored 11 goals and had 13 assists as the Cardinals finished 15-4-2 and reached the Division I regional final. Christian was first team All-League, All-District, and All-States. Manny Day, Grandview. Manny, who was an honorable mention Super 12 last season, scored, get this, 50 goals this season. The Bobcats won their 5th consecutive Division III district title and 2nd straight regional championship. Manny also had 9 assists and was named first team All-State and was the Player of the Year in the district and MSL Ohio division. Connor DeRoche, Dublin Kaufman. Junior midfielder, Connor had 13 goals and 6 assists and was named first team All-OCC Central, first team All-District, and second team All-State, while helping the Shamrocks win league and district titles. Eli Dooley, Wellington. Eli is a junior midfielder forward. He was named MSL Cardinal Player of the Year, first team All-District, and first team All-State. Braden Derman, Pickerington North. Braden, a senior midfielder, scored 12 goals in his only season with the Panthers to help the team win its 3rd consecutive OCC Ohio Division Championship and first Division I district title. Durbin was selected as team's most valuable player and earned first team All-District and second team All-State honors. Will Harr, Pickerington North. Will, a senior forward, set the program's single-season goal-scoring record with 27 goals as the Panthers won their first district title. The previous scoring record of 19 goals was set by Will's brother, Jake, in 2014. Will was first team All-District and first team All-States. Tyler Harris, Olentangy Liberty. A junior, Tyler was first team All-District, first team All-League, and second team All-State as the Patriots finished 18-3 and reached the Division I state semifinals. Luke Fassett, Dublin Jerome. This senior senior midfielder was first team All-League and All-District and second team All-State as the Celtics were district runners-up. Christian Gomez, DeSales. Christian, a senior midfielder, was named Ohio's Mr. Soccer and Division II State Player of the Year after helping lead the Stallions to their 5th consecutive regional championship. Christian had 11 goals and 4 assists as DeSales went 18-4. He was also a first-team Super 12 last season. And Ash Rajmahan, Olentangy Liberty. A senior forward midfielder, Ash recorded 14 goals and 18 assists and being named first-team All-League, All-District, and All-State. And Coach, please reveal the Super 12 boys soccer captain.
Very well deserved, Manny Day.
I'd just like to thank my parents and my coaches and especially my team.
Congratulations to Manny Day. Grandview is a partner school of Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine. All right, we have one more sport to go, football. And before we announce the Super 25 team, please turn your attention to the screen for a message from one of our sponsors.
I want to take time off my 40.
I want to be the athlete I was before my injury.
I want to get strong and stay strong.
I want to break my old record.
I want to qualify for state.
I just want to play. I want to leap higher.
I want to get above the rim every time.
Only one team was uniquely qualified to help them get exactly what they wanted. The Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine Team, the leader for every student athlete.
And now we'd like to introduce Dr. Reno Ravendran, a sports medicine physical physician at Nationwide Children's Hospital. Dr. Ravendran is also the team physician for Delaware Hayes High School, and he's board certified in both family medicine and sports medicine. Please welcome Dr. Reno Ravendran.
Good evening, and thank you. Thank you to Doug, Lee Cochran, ThisWeek Sports, the news, sports writers, and Everdry Waterproofing, as well as Big Sandy Superstore for organizing such an important event. This event's been around for a little while now, and recognizing Central Ohio's best fall sports high school athletes is so important. Congratulations to all the winners. Your dedication to your sport is evident and commendable. Only the best of the best get to be a finalist for this award, and you're one of them. You should be so proud of your accomplishment. As a special congratulations to award winners from our nationwide sports medicine partner schools. It's great to see the relationship that we have with our partner schools. Our athletic trainers and physicians form these relationships with the student athletes, and they go a long way. We're proud to support them in their entire school and community in health and wellness. At Nationwide Children's, our sports medicine department and program have a complete understanding of that young athlete. And our team works with coaches, athletic trainers, pediatricians, and parents to deliver that age-appropriate care to get these athletes back in the game as quickly and as safely as possible. We want you to be able to compete at the highest level possible while staying healthy both physically and mentally. On behalf of the entire Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine team, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Ravendran. And a reminder, we'd like to ask all the athletes here and the coaches to stay for a group photo following the announcement of the Super 25 football captain. And now, speaking of which, for the Super 25 football team, we'll have 35 players named to the honorable mention, then 25 to the first team. First, let's introduce our football coach of the year, Buddy White of Reynoldsburg. Reynoldsburg is a partner school of Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine. In his 8th season, Coach White led the Raiders to a share of their first OCC championship since 1993, and the Raiders also beat Pickerington Central and Pickerington North in the same season for the first time, en route to a 10-2 record. The 24-21 win over Central snapped a 16-game losing streak in that series. Coach White also led the Raiders to just their 3rd playoff appearance, where they advanced to the Division I regional semifinals. Congratulations, Coach White.
ThisWeek newspaper for this tremendous award. What a fabulous gathering that we have here. I looked at the list of the players. We have some really great athletes. So many people I'd like to thank, but for the sake of time, I definitely want to thank my coaching staff. I think this reflects them quite a bit. I brought my defensive coordinator with me tonight, David Bynum, and he's probably my best friend in coaching, and really happy he's here with us. And also, we have some really, really special football players that made all this happen. I always say that great athletes will make an average coach look great, and average athletes will make a great coach look average. Well, I can tell you I had some great athletes this year, and they were very committed in what we wanted to do. We started the season off, all the way back in January talking about winning a championship. So when we won, share the OCC Ohio title, it was really, really special. I'd like to thank ThisWeek again for this great. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach White. And now we name the Super 25 Football Honorable Mention. Again, please wait at the side of the stage after receiving your award for a group photo. Nick Fasanik, Upper Arlington. A senior linebacker, Nick led the Golden Bears with 88 total tackles, including 40 solo and 5 for loss. He also had 2 forced fumbles and was named First Team All-OCC Central Division and First Team All-District. Jalen Gilbert, Centennial. A sophomore quarterback, Jalen was 63 for 92 passing for 1,013 yards and 14 touchdowns, and he rushed for 600 yards and 9 more touchdowns. He was First Team All-City North and First Team All-District in Division III. Kenyon Pennell, Dublin Scioto. A senior wide receiver and defensive back, Kenyon had 44 receptions for 847 yards and 12 touchdowns and was First Team All-District and All-OCC Cardinal. Rondale Smith, Westerville North. Rondale, a two-way senior, rushed for 1,267 yards and 14 touchdowns, and at linebacker, he had 39 tackles, including 12 for loss. He was named First Team All-OCC Buckeye and All-Districts. Josiah Robinson, Groveport. Junior defensive end had 79 tackles, including 18 for loss, with 7.5 sacks and a safety. He was named First Team All-OCC Capital Division and Second Team All-Districts. Marquise Laster, Eastmore Academy. His senior quarterback threw 21 touchdowns in leading the Warriors to a 12-2 record and a trip to the Division III state semifinals. Marquise, we need you to flash some of that speed. That's what happens when you're all the way in the back of this big room. Congratulations to Marquise. Des Turkson, Canal Winchester. Des was named First Team All-OCC Capital and First Team All-District as he anchored an offensive line that paved the way for almost 5,000 total yards. He also recorded 42 tackles on defense. Christian Sweet, Hilliard-Davidson. A senior running back and kick and punt return specialist, Christian rushed for 662 yards and 5 touchdowns and was First Team All-District and All-OCC Central. Noah Smith, Dublin Kaufman. A 5'9", 210-pound senior linebacker, Noah had team highs with 131 tackles, including 11 for loss. He also had 4.5 sacks, an interception, and a forced fumble. Noah was Second Team All-District and First Team All-OCC Central for the Shamrocks, who went 11-2. Micaiah Burton, New Albany. This senior rushed for 1,346 yards and 15 touchdowns as the Eagles went 7-3. Makayo was named OCC Capital Offensive Player of the Year and First Team All-Districts. Mike Powers, Marysville. The senior linebacker and running back. Mike led the Monarchs in tackles with 148 and rushed for 492 yards and 5 touchdowns. He was one of the players to share Player of the Year honors in the OCC Central and was First Team All-Districts. Dejon Davis, Thomas Worthington. Senior running back overcame 2 knee surgeries in the offseason and then rushed for 1,116 yards and 10 touchdowns. He was First Team All-League and All-Districts. Connor Jones, Hilliard Darby. This sophomore running back rushed for 1,344 yards and 9 touchdowns, including 169 yards in a playoff loss to Clayton Northmont. Connor was First Team All-OCC Cardinal and First Team All-District. Zach Hill, Olentangy Orange. Junior linebacker, Zach led Orange with 58 tackles, including 11 for loss and 3 sacks. He was Second Team All-District and First Team All-OCC Buckeye for the Pioneers, who finished 7-4. Alex Azucetis. Sorry, Alex. Alex Azucetis, Olentangy Liberty. A senior 2-way lineman, Alex was First Team All-League and First Team All-District as Liberty reached a state semifinal for the 3rd consecutive season. And when you're that big, Alex, I want to pronounce your name correctly. I want to get you on my bad side. Blake Island, Delaware. This sophomore quarterback passed for 1,080 yards and 6 touchdowns and rushed for 955 yards and 8 scores. Blake was First Team All-League and Second Team All-District. Mitchell Oakley, Olentangy Liberty. Senior quarterback, Mitchell missed much of the first 2 games of the season, but still threw for 11 touchdowns and rushed for 18 more, and being named First Team All-League and Second Team All-District. Zion Bangura, Harvest Prep. The senior linebacker and H-back had more than 80 tackles and 15 tackles for loss for a team that went 11-1. Zion was a Division VII regional semifinalist along with the rest of the Harvest Prep team. Keon Freeman, Whitehall. A senior linebacker, Keon led the Rams in tackles with 133 and was First Team All-District and All-MSL Ohio. Keon helped Whitehall reach a regional semifinal as the Rams finished 10-2. He was also honorable mention Super 25 last season. Chris Scott, Pickerington North. This junior wide receiver had 52 receptions for 793 yards and 10 TDs for a team that went 6-4 and beat 4 playoff teams. Jay Ambergy, Reynoldsburg. Senior 2-way lineman, Jay was First Team All-League and All-District after recording 8.5 sacks and 15 tackles for loss. Mason Sawyer, Hartley. Mason, a junior linebacker and running back, finished with 89 tackles on defense and rushed for 463 yards and 8 touchdowns. He was named First Team All-District. Luke Lachey, Grandview. A junior wide receiver, defensive back. Luke was a multiple threat for the Bobcats, who finished 7-4. He caught 45 passes for 763 yards and 12 touchdowns. He returned 2 kickoffs for scores on defense and had 3 interceptions. And thanks to the genes from your dad, Luke, Jim Lachey, who I believe is in the back of the room, the former Ohio State All-American, NFL All-Pro, and NFL Super Bowl champion with the Washington Redskins, now, as you know, the play-by-play analyst for the Ohio State Football Radio Network. Jim, if you would, stand up and take a bow. Drew Davis, Waterson, two-way senior lineman. Drew was first-team All-District after allowing no sacks on the season. Defensively, he had 39 tackles, 3 sacks, and 8.5 tackles for loss. Peyton Collins, Hartley. This senior offensive lineman was first-team All-District for a Hawks team that rushed for nearly 4,000 yards and 44 touchdowns. Brett Baker, Grove City Christian. This senior quarterback and defensive back threw for 1,427 yards with 20 touchdowns and had 9 interceptions at free safety. Brett was named first-team All-MSL Cardinal and All-Districts. Daquan Owens Johnson, Harvest Prep. A senior running back, Daquan was the District Player of the Year in Division 7, rushing for more than 1,100 yards. Michael Hardings, Worthington Christian. This senior rushed for 1,148 yards and 14 touchdowns and added 167 yards and a score receiving. On defense, he had 61 tackles, forced 8 fumbles, and had 8 tackles for loss in being named first team All-District. And some nice genes for Michael as well. His dad, Geoff, we're going to forgive him. He's an Ohio native. He went and played at Penn State. But then he had an all-pro career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kyron Rogers, Dublin Scioto, a senior quarterback. Kyron passed for 1,955 yards with 18 touchdowns. He was named first team All-District and All-OCC Cardinal. David Williams, Gahanna. This senior linebacker was first team All-District and All-League after finishing with 136 tackles as the Lions earned their 2nd consecutive playoff berth. David, we need you to flash some of that speed as well. Will King, New Albany. Will, a senior defensive end, recorded 39 tackles, including 6.5 sacks and 24 for loss to help the Eagles to a 7-3 record. He was also honorable mention Super 25 last season. He was first team All-League and All-District this year. Jack Duffer, Hilliard Bradley. This senior wide receiver caught 49 passes for 1,112 yards and 14 touchdowns to earn first team All-District and OCC Cardinal honors as the Jaguars finished 9-2. Julius Wood, Walnut Ridge. Julius is a senior from Scotts who finished 9-2. He was first team All-District as a defensive back, recording 90 tackles with 18 for loss. Carter Johnson, Pickerington Central. The senior was first team All-League and All-District as a defensive lineman and also played tight end for the Tigers, who finished 10-3. Connor Haig, Olentangy. Senior quarterback Connor passed for 2,265 yards, 20 touchdowns, as the Braves recovered from a 1-4 start to share the OCC Buckeye title and make a 5th consecutive trip to the playoffs. Congratulations to all the Super 25 honorable mentions. And now we'd like to introduce the Super 25 football first team, and we ask all of you on the first team to please wait at the stage because one of you will be named Super 25 captain. Evan Annis, Hilliard Davidson. The senior linebacker and tight end helped lead the Wildcats to a regional final, which unfortunately he had to miss because of a concussion. Evan was the team's leading tackler with 120 stops and helped guide Davidson to an OCC Central Division title while being named first team All-District and All-League. Cannon Blauser, Hilliard Bradley. Senior linebacker, Cannon had 98 tackles, including 7.5 for loss, 3 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 forced fumble, an interception, and a safety. Connor was first team All-District and the league's co-defensive player of the year. He was honorable mention Super 25 last season. John Branham, Jr., Northland. John, a senior running back, rushed for 1,196 yards and also had 12 receptions for 160 yards. He scored 22 touchdowns overall while making first team All-City and first team All-Districts. Raymel Bird, Whitehall. This senior quarterback helped guide the Rams to a 10-2 record and a berth in the regional finals. Raymel rushed for 1,784 yards and 26 touchdowns and passed for 1,109 yards with 8 touchdowns. He earned District Offensive Player of the Year honors and was also first team Super 25 last season. Dwayne Carter, Pickerington Central. A senior, Dwayne had more than 60 tackles as a defensive lineman and returned an interception for a touchdown. Dwayne was also a key blocker at tight end. He was first team All-District and first team All-OCC Ohio. Desmond Cooper, Reynoldsburg. Desmond closed out his high school career by being named the Player of the Year in the OCC Ohio as well as first team All-District. As a linebacker defensive lineman, he had 16 tackles for loss. He also scored 7 touchdowns while playing running back. Cam Craig, Dublin Jerome. A senior left tackle, Cam was named first team All-District and shared Offensive Player of the Year honors in the OCC Cardinal with Bradley quarterback Griffin Vale. Darren Davis, Canal Winchester. Davis, a senior linebacker and running back, was named OCC Capital and Division II District Defensive Player of the Year after leading the Indians to a 9-1 record. Darren made 123 tackles and scored a team-high 8 rushing touchdowns. He was honorable mention Super 25 last season. Mike Drennan, Dublin Kaufman. This junior excelled as a wide receiver and running back for the Shamrocks, who finished 11-2 on the year. Mike rushed for 800 yards and 11 touchdowns and caught 30 passes for 464 yards and 5 scores. He was first team All-District and All-League. Savon Edwards, Eastmore Academy. The Division III District Offensive Player of the Year. Savon is a senior running back who rushed for more than 1,800 yards and 35 touchdowns for the Warriors. He was also first team Super 25 last season. Jack Foley, Reedy. A little guy who plays very big. Jack ran for 1,640 yards and 17 touchdowns for the Silver Knights. He was first team All-Districts. Justice Harris, Gahanna. Justice, a senior running back, was first team All-League and All-District after rushing for 1,053 yards and 12 touchdowns. He was also the Lions' leading receiver with 29 catches. He makes the Super 25 first team for the second year in a row. Zach Harrison, Olentangy Orange. The senior defensive end is also first team Super 25 for a second consecutive season. Zach missed 3 games with an injury, but still had 35.5 tackles with a team-leading 7 sacks and 16 tackles for loss. At wide receiver, he caught 21 passes for 381 yards and 4 touchdowns. Zach was first team All-District and OCC Buckeye Defensive Player of the Year. Dante Hunter II, Westerville Central. Senior defensive lineman, Dante had 84 tackles and 6 sacks. He was named first team All-District and All-OCC Buckeye. Jalen January, Hartling. This junior was first team All-District after rushing for 1,488 yards and 20 touchdowns. As a defensive back, Jalen recorded 19 tackles for the Hawks, who finished 9-3. Hudson Jump, Grandview. Hudson is a senior who started at running back and defensive end. He was first team All-District and MSL Ohio Division Defensive Player of the Year after recording 102 tackles, 9 for loss, 6 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. He also rushed for 1,003 yards and 11 touchdowns. Mike Lowry, Pickerington North. This senior was first team All-District after passing for 2,359 yards with 27 touchdowns. Mike was a Super 25 honorable mention last season. Dorian Moultrie, Columbus Academy. Senior, Dorian shared Back of the Year honors in the MSL Ohio with Whitehall's Raymel Bird and London's KJ Price. He was also first team All-District. Dorian had 56 receptions for 887 yards and 11 touchdowns. He also rushed for 106 yards and 4 scores. He was honorable mention Super 25 last season. Isaiah Murphy, Walnut Ridge. In his senior season, Isaiah was first team All-City and All-District after throwing for 1,985 yards with 29 TDs. He also rushed for 3 scores. Mershawn Rice, Reynoldsburg. This senior had an impact on both sides of the ball for the Raiders. He had 22 receptions for 462 yards and 5 touchdowns. Defensively, he returned 2 of his 3 interceptions for scores. Ethan Royer, Hilliard-Davidson. Senior linebacker, tight end. Ethan led the Wildcats in tackles with 132 and interceptions with 3. He was named the district's Defensive Player of the Year as well as first team All-OCC Central. Terry Samuel, Pickerington Central. Senior, Terry had 5 interceptions, including 1 he returned for a touchdown, and offensively, he had 16 catches for 3 TDs. In addition, Terry had 2 kickoff returns for scores. Griffin Vale, Hilliard Bradley. This senior became the 3rd quarterback in as many seasons to lead the Jaguars to the playoffs and an OCC Cardinal title. Griffin passed for 2,541 yards and 25 touchdowns. He also ran for 261 yards and 4 scores. He was named Player of the Year in the Central District and Co-Player of the Year in the league. Joey Velasquez, DeSales. As a senior, Joey rushed for 917 yards and 13 TDs and had 14 receptions for 103 yards. Due to injury, Joey was moved to quarterback late in the season, where he threw for 134 yards and a touchdown. On defense, he had 76 tackles, including 20 tackles for loss, while being named the Division III District Defensive Player of the Year. Nick Weil, Hilliard Darby. This senior linebacker finished with 126 tackles, including 7.5 for loss, as Darby finished 8-3. Nick was named first team All-League and first team All-District. And now Coach White has the honor of announcing our Super 25 football captain.
Our captain this year is Raymel Bird.
First off, I would like to thank my family. I would like to thank my O-line. I would like to thank ThisWeek's, and that's it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Raymel, and congratulations to all of your Super 25 football members. We're about to wrap it up, and I'd also like to thank all of you for being here this evening. We want to congratulate all the honorees. I'm guessing that some of you will be back here in May for the This Week Winter and Spring Sports Awards Banquet. We'd like to thank our sponsors once again, Nationwide Children's Sports Medicine, Big Sandy Superstore, and EverDry Waterproofing for making this amazing evening possible. And big thanks to This Week's sports editor Lee Cochran and his team of sports writers for the countless hours of work they put in compiling all the stats, choosing the award winners, and making this event what it is. As we said, we'd like all the athletes and coaches honored tonight to come to the stage for a group picture, so we sincerely hope our photographer has a wide-angle lens. Thank you again, everyone, for a great evening, and please have a safe trip home.
All athletes and coaches, please make your way to the stage. Parents, grandparents, and friends, this is a great photo op.